When we finally pierced through the dust, using X-ray telescopes and radio observatories that could cut through the zone of avoidance, what we found was not just one supercluster, it was a structure of almost incomprehensible scale. The Laniakea supercluster, 520 million light-years across, containing the mass of 100 million billion suns. And our galaxy, the Milky Way, with its 400 billion stars, is a tiny, barely visible speck near its outer edge. The Great Attractor is not a single object. It is the lowest point of a gravitational basin so vast that it shapes the motion of the entire local universe. We have been falling toward it since before the Earth existed. We will keep falling, and we will never arrive, because the universe is expanding faster than we can fall. The Great Attractor is being pulled away from us, even as it pulls us toward it. We are like a leaf caught in a current that moves the water, but cannot carry the leaf fast enough to reach the sea. But then, something else emerged from the data, something no one expected. Even Laniakea, even that 500 million light-year supercluster, is itself being pulled by something larger, something further, something even more massive. The Shapley supercluster, 700 million light-years away, a concentration of matter so extreme it is thought to account for a significant portion of our entire region's directional motion through space. And beyond that, other attractors, other concentrations, other structures whose names we barely know, whose distances we can barely measure, pulling at the fabric of space like fingers in a vast, invisible hand. There is no stillness in this universe. There never was. The Earth moves around the Sun at 30 kilometers per second. The Sun orbits the galactic center at 220. Our galaxy falls toward the Great Attractor at 600, and we feel none of it. We sit in our quiet rooms and we feel completely at rest, because everything around us is moving too. So, what is dark matter? Really? Not what it does. We know what it does. It pulls, it shapes, it holds. It is the difference between the universe we can see and the universe that actually exists. But what is it? There are theories. Weakly interacting massive particles, axions, sterile neutrinos, primordial black holes. Each theory has its mathematics, its advocates, its elegant logic, and every single one has failed to produce a direct detection. Experiments buried deep underground, shielded from cosmic radiation, isolated from every known interference, have been listening for decades. They have heard nothing. The dark matter does not speak. It does not announce itself. It simply pulls. And in that silence, something becomes clear, something that is very difficult to hold in your mind without something shifting behind your eyes. We've built our understanding of reality on a simple assumption that if something exists, it can be detected. It leaves a trace. It interacts with something, somewhere, in a way we can eventually measure. But what if dark matter never does? What if it belongs to a layer of physics so separate from our own that no instrument we can ever build will reach it? What if the universe is not just unknown, but structurally, fundamentally unknowable, not because we aren't smart enough, but because the rules of our reality simply don't extend to most of what exists? That is not a comfortable thought. It means everything we know, every discovery, every equation, every triumph of science is a map of the coastline, and the ocean is still dark. Here is the thing that stays with me. We are being pulled right now, this very second, toward the Great Attractor, toward Laniakea, toward the Shapley supercluster beyond it, moving at speeds that would reduce a human being to nothing in an instant. And we feel completely still. We feel safe. We feel like the universe is something we observe from a comfortable distance, something we study, something we understand just enough to feel in control. but we are inside it. We are part of the flow. We are 15% of the matter in a universe that built itself out of something we cannot see, cannot touch, and cannot explain. A universe where the majority of what exists has been passing through us our entire lives without leaving a single trace. Dark matter shaped the cosmic web. It built the filaments. It deepened the basin that became the Great Attractor. It held together the galaxies that formed the stars that forged the carbon that became you. It made all of this possible, and it has never once acknowledged that we exist. So let me leave you with this. We have mapped the visible universe. We have measured the expansion of space. We have photographed galaxies billions of light years away. We have split atoms and detected gravitational waves and glimpsed the first light of the cosmos. Something is pulling you right now, not gravity, not the Earth, something else, something 250 million light years away, something invisible, something so massive it moves entire galaxies like dust in a slow, silent current. And we have no idea what it is. This is not a theory. This is not speculation. This is happening right now, as you sit there, as the stars burn, as the universe expands in every direction at once. Everything in our cosmic neighborhood is being dragged toward a single point in space, a point we cannot see, a point we cannot explain, a point astronomers had to name just to keep their sanity. They called it the Great Attractor. And before we get there, before we talk about what it is and why it should terrify you, we need to talk about something even stranger. Something that makes up 85% of all matter in the universe. Something that is passing through your body right now, billions of particles per second, and you feel absolutely nothing. We call it dark matter. But that name is almost an insult to how strange it really is. In the 1970s, an astronomer named Vera Rubin was measuring how galaxies spin. The expectation was simple. Stars closer to the center of a galaxy move fast. Stars farther out move slow, just like planets in our solar system. Physics demands it. Gravity falls off with distance. But that's not what she found. The outer stars were moving just as fast as the inner ones, sometimes faster. By every law we understood, those galaxies should have torn themselves apart. The stars on the edges should have been flung off into the void millions of years ago. But they weren't. Something was holding them together, something massive, something invisible, something wrapped around every single galaxy in the universe, like a halo of pure, silent gravity. And this is where things get strange. We have never seen it. We have never touched it. We have never measured a single dark matter particle directly. And yet it makes up 85% of all matter that exists. Everything you have ever seen, every star, every ocean, every human face, every atom on the periodic table is just 15% of the matter in the universe. The rest is dark. The rest is silent. The rest is everywhere, always, and completely beyond our reach. Here's what makes this genuinely unsettling. Dark matter passes through you right now, through walls, through mountains, through the Earth itself. Billions of particles every second, and you feel nothing. Not a whisper, not a tremor, not a single sign that anything is there. And yet, without it, you would not exist. Without the gravitational scaffolding of dark matter, the early universe would have expanded too fast. Matter would have spread too thin. No gas clouds, no stars, no planets, no carbon, no you. Everything that exists, every galaxy, every civilization, every thought ever thought, owes its existence to something we have never directly detected. We are guests in a universe we do not understand, but dark matter is only the beginning. Now zoom out, not just one galaxy, not a cluster. Zoom out until you can see the large-scale structure of the universe itself, and what you see is extraordinary. Galaxies are not scattered randomly, they form filaments, vast threads of matter hundreds of millions of light-years long, great walls surrounding enormous empty voids, a cosmic web so vast, so intricate, so breathtaking. It looks almost like it was planned. And within that web, something is moving. Hundreds of thousands of galaxies, our own included, are being pulled through space toward a single point, moving at 600 kilometers per second, not drifting, falling, all of them, toward one place. What scientists found when they mapped this motion changed everything. They traced the flow, they followed the current, and they found it. 250 million light-years away, in the direction of the constellations Centaurus and Norma, the Great Attractor, a gravitational anomaly so massive it is pulling the Milky Way, the Andromeda Galaxy, the Virgo cluster, and hundreds of thousands of other galaxies across unimaginable distances of space. And for decades, we couldn't even see it. Here's the problem. The Great Attractor sits almost exactly in the plane of our own galaxy. The Milky Way, our home, is in the way. The dust, the gas, the billions of stars of our own galaxy block our view so completely that astronomers gave that region of sky a name, the zone of avoidance. We could feel the pull, we could measure the motion, we could calculate the mass, but we couldn't see what was causing it. For years, we were being dragged towards something we were completely blind to, falling toward a source of gravity we couldn't observe, pulled by something hiding behind our own galaxy. And this is where it gets terrifying. And after all of that, we still don't know what most of the universe is made of. We know it's there. We know it pulls. We know it is everywhere, always, wrapped around every galaxy in a halo of silent, invisible gravity. But we don't know what it is. We don't know if we'll ever know. And here is the question I can't stop thinking about. If 85% of the matter in the universe is invisible to us, if most of what exists has never interacted with a single instrument we've ever built, then what else is out there? What else moves through the dark? What else shapes the flow? What if dark matter isn't the strangest thing hiding in the universe? What if it's just the first one we noticed? You're being pulled right now toward something massive, toward something invisible, and somewhere in the dark, something has been pulling back for a very long time.